Alrighty, so I saw the movie Y2K, and I've got to say that there's a lot going on. The movie is pretty simple. It is a take on the year, like the transition between 99 to 2000, and how so many people thought that the computers would go insane. And so this movie shows what could have happened if the computers went insane. And I've got to say that it kind of looks like the better timeline, honestly. And that's just kidding. But like the premise is super interesting, and how they handle it is pretty interesting. There are some moments that don't really make sense, like why are these characters even still together at that point? Because like they already barely knew each other. They had like no sense of loyalty to one another. And the movie just kind of brushes over that. And it was kind of like weird and annoying. And it was like one of my least favorite parts. But like all the zany, goofy stuff that happened in the background is more interesting than the character dynamics. And like they put too much focus on the character dynamics is the issue. But like the idea and premise of it all is really cool and interesting, so I'm gonna give it a hand grenade score. Cinematics. This movie has some of the most 2000s. A movie that isn't even really set in the 2000s or even about the 2000s could have. The needle drops are crazy good. I loved every single one of them. The way they end this movie is, in my opinion, perfect, and kind of boosted this movie up a bit in my enjoyment of it all, as it was hilarious. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's great. And I do love how this movie looks more practical effects than digital effects. So I got to give it some extra points there. I'm giving it a hand grenade score. Now, the direction that Kyle Mooney brought to the film I thought was pretty good. And it was pretty well directed. Again, I do think that the character moments weren't very good, except for one of them. And the rest were just kind of like, oh, that doesn't make sense. You two shouldn't really be connecting, and like the scenes kind of dragged. But I did like how some moments that were like super cheesy movie moments get undercut with jokes, because they're like, there's no way that actually would have worked in a real life scenario. So I kind of enjoyed that. So I'm giving him a hand grenade score here as well. The acting and the characters, I gotta say that the only real character that mattered was Julian Dennison's character. Everyone else was just kind of okay and there, but Julian Dennison was really the highlight of the movie, in my opinion, and he clearly had a lot of fun with the role. It looked like everyone had fun on the project, but Julian Dennison was the character that stuck out to me and was, in my opinion, my favorite character of the movie. So I'll give a hand grenade score there as well, just for Julian Dennison. The rest of the cast kind of get Hot Pocket scores. But expectations and experience, I don't know what I was expecting. And as I mentioned in the 366 days, what I saw in the trailer was not what I got in the first half of the movie, or was what I got in the first half of the movie. But then the second half of the movie happens, and I'm like, this was not at all what I was expecting. But I don't mind that, because it was better than I was expecting. So yeah, in conclusion, this movie is a certified hand grenade movie. I strongly recommend checking it out. It is zany, goofy, fun, and that is something you need every once in a while. So I'm giving it a hand grenade score for that, because it's zany, goofy, fun, and I love watching zany, goofy, fun. So that's pretty much all. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on Y2K, and subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I will leave you guys to it.